On the scene, on the story. News on 6 starts now.
A judge prepares to decide whether 4 high school football players accused of rape will be tried in the juvenile system. The impact his ruling could have on their punishment.
But we begin at 6 with the latest on the investigations into 2 Green Country deadly shootings. A housekeeper discovered a man's body inside a motel room in Tulsa. We'll have details on that case coming up in just a moment.
But first, we're learning new details since 5 o'clock about a deadly Oshaleta shooting. News on 6's Reagan Ledbetter is live on the scene tonight. Reagan?
Yeah, Terry, just in the past 40 minutes, deputies released the names of the 2 people involved in that deadly shooting as Michelle Mays and Jeff Thomas. They were called to the Prairie View Trailer Park east of Oshaleta after getting 911 calls that a man shot his girlfriend and himself. When deputies arrived, they said they found Michelle Mays dead in the front yard and Jeff Thomas with 2 gunshot wounds to the chest. A medical helicopter flew Thomas to a Tulsa hospital in critical condition. Investigators say Mays was shot multiple times. I did learn the 2 were dating, but had just broken up shortly after moving in together. Deputies told me this isn't the first time they've been called to the couple's home. Court records show Mays has an active protective order against Thomas, which was granted and served 1 week ago today. Now, friends are still trying to process what happened.
It's very upsetting. I mean, you think, what could you have done for each part to help to prevent this? But like I said, I don't think there would have been anything at this point. So it's just sad.
Now, another friend told me Thomas actually called her after the shooting and told her what he had done. Now, right now, deputies say they're not going to release any more information at this time. Reporting live on the scene, on the story in Washington County, Reagan Ledbetter, News on 6.
Tulsa police are investigating after a man's body was found inside a West Tulsa motel room. News on 6's Emery Bryan is live on the scene with more. Emery?
Craig, the body was found in room 137 here at the Budget Inn on West Skelly Drive. Police say it was a housekeeper that discovered the body, but they are not ready yet to identify the victim or release any kind of suspect information. Authorities were called here just before noon this morning. They say the victim was a man in his 40s. He appears to have died, according to police, from a single gunshot to the head. No weapon was found in the room, though. Police say the man lived here on and off, and they were familiar with him from a few calls to the area. The victim checked into the motel yesterday around lunchtime on Labor Day. Now police are looking for evidence to show when he died and who was around this room. Now, detectives gathered up evidence here from the scene, took it back to their lab for further processing. They found evidence both inside the room and outside. We're waiting for them now to release the name of the victim. Reporting live on the scene on the story in West Tulsa, Emery Bryan, News on 6.
Well, Emery is not wet, but the city of Tulsa has had sprinkles and showers outside in the last couple of hours. We do have showers around, but not right in the immediate area at this moment. Quick look at radar indicates that most of the scattered showers are just to the east over into Wagner County and also moving into Rogers County, and then a few showers up in Osage County. Speaking of which, down to the south, though, where all of our rain is coming from at this time, really not too much. We have one band coming across the western side, or just west of Lake Eufaula, and most of that, again, is relatively light. And to the north, we've had a little bit more in the way of rain for you guys up around the Bartlesville area. Those continue to track almost due to the north. We have had just a little bit of rain here and there, but just west of Tulsa, that green area indicates 2 inches of rain where we've needed it out in Pawnee County and western Osage County. Still need to get some around here. We're in the 70s to low 80s, and it is kind of a wide range in temperatures. So what's ahead? Well, more downpours are to come. Also, what about tropical storm, which is almost Hurricane Gordon's impact on Green Country? We're going to track that. Also, summer's not done with us yet. Details of the forecast shortly.
A judge will decide soon whether to move the case against 4 Bixby football players accused of rape to juvenile court. Now, if the judge agrees, the players would likely get counseling and the records would be sealed. Prosecutors are against it. News on 6 crime reporter Lori Fulbright is on the story tonight.
Attorneys for the 4 young men say it's not just their opinion that the teenagers should be sent to juvenile court. It is the opinion of psychologists and even the Office of Juvenile Affairs.
Right now, Joe Wood, Colton Cable, Samuel Lakin, and Will Thomas are all charged as youthful offenders. If their case is moved to juvenile court, the 4 of them would likely receive some counseling for a period of months, then be done. Their attorneys say these 4 are the perfect candidates for treatment under the law, for reasons that include they have no criminal history, their testing shows they have a low risk to commit other crimes, they had no sexual intent, and the victim has no physical injuries.
All of the evidence showed that this case belongs in the juvenile system.
We look forward for these boys to get their lives going back forward, and also to the young man that was involved in this as well. We wish the best for him, and we do that sincerely.
Prosecutors argue, though, there was a culture of bullying within the Bixby football program that resulted in the rape of one of those bullying victims. They told the judge this assault was aggressive, violent, and premeditated, and although the victim does not have physical injuries, does have psychological ones. They argued these suspects were charged as youthful offenders, so if they're found guilty, they say they should be sentenced as youthful offenders as well.
The judge said she will make her decision by next Monday at 3 p.m. Now, depending on what that decision is, perhaps that will be filed under seal and we'll never know what it is, or it could be a matter of public record. Of course, we'll keep you posted. On the scene on the story in Tulsa, Lori Fulbright, News on 6.
A pediatric neurologist testified in the trial of Tulsa dentist Burt Franklin, who's charged in the death of a toddler. The doctor reviewed 2 CT scans of 19-month-old Lincoln Lewis's head injury. He said based on the first scan, he would not have expected the child to die. The doctor did admit to being paid more than $7,000 for his expert testimony. An Owasso man is dead after a crash on I-44 west of Adair. Troopers say 36-year-old Michael Williams was killed when his car collided with a semi last night in Mays County. The other driver and his passenger weren't injured. The cause of the crash is still under investigation.
Tulsa-based Nordam could end its bankruptcy proceedings earlier than expected. The company asked a judge today to approve a deal that it says would resolve a contract dispute and allow the aerospace company to restart a key production line. In a statement, the Tulsa Regional Chamber says we are confident the family company will continue to grow its global business from Tulsa, and we will continue to support the Nordam leadership team and employees. Well, people across Oklahoma are counting down now to the grand opening of Tulsa's Gathering Place.
News on 6 is giving you a behind-the-scenes look at the multi-million-dollar park before it opens to the public next Saturday. From a playground built for kids of all ages to restaurants where you can eat while enjoying amazing views, there's really something for everyone.
And in a rare interview, I talked with George Kaiser, the Tulsa philanthropist who was instrumental in bringing the idea of Gathering Place to life. We hope you'll join us tonight at 8 o'clock for a special 1-hour first look at Gathering Place, Tulsa's Riverfront Park.
And businesses near the Gathering Place are getting creative in a push to attract families, how they hope to cash in on the new attention coming to that area.
A popular Broadway musical is flying back to town. We have a sneak peek of the massive production.
Also, we take a look at where the candidates for governor stand on the controversial issue of gun laws.
Plus, this is a live look along the Alabama Gulf Coast where News on 6 storm trackers are keeping an eye on conditions as Tropical Storm Gordon moves ashore.
Candidates for Oklahoma's next governor, they are off to the races. And tonight we're getting a look at their policies on gun ownership. President Trump endorsed Republican Kevin Stitt last week, calling him strong on crime, borders, and the Second Amendment. Stitt says he supports constitutional carry, which would have allowed adults to carry firearms without a permit or training.
Democrat Drew Edmondson says he supports putting the same regulations on purchasing so-called assault rifles as those in place for carrying handguns. That would mean restricting them for people with a felony, a history of mental illness, or anyone under 21. Edmondson has also said he does not support constitutional carry.
We have a traffic alert for drivers in Skytube. The right lanes of east and westbound State Highway 20 are closed just east of the State Highway 11 junction there. From the air, you can see crews at work on a bridge rehabilitation project. There isn't a timeline exactly on when that work is going to be finished. The stage is almost set for a popular Broadway musical's return to Tulsa.
Wicked kicks off at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center tomorrow. Crews unloaded and assembled pieces of the show set today. As you can see, there is a lot that goes into a production of this size. That musical runs in Tulsa through the 23rd of this month.
And it is
Oh
awesome.
my gosh, it is so good. If people haven't seen it, it's
Yeah,
just
you
so much
should.
fun. Or see it again. I
See it
want to.
again,
I
yeah.
know it. Well, rain is falling right now in parts of the Osage Casino Skycam network, and Trav is tracking several more chances for showers this week. Plus, he'll tell us how Tropical Storm Gordon could impact weather in Green Country.
And next, how businesses near the gathering place are getting ready for more people in an area where parking is already scarce.
Businesses near Riverside are planning for a major boom with the opening of Gathering Place this weekend.
News on 6's Sawyer Bussey is live on the story. Sawyer?
Yeah, Craig and Terry. So Gathering Place has about 2,000 parking spaces, and park officials are expecting more than 50,000 people to be here this weekend. So parking lots like this one behind me here on Brookside are expected to be packed, and many business owners here on this street actually see that traffic as an opportunity.
First, we're going to take our honey wheat bread.
The city of Tulsa is days away from the opening of Gathering Place, and businesses along Brookside are trying to find new ways.
We're going to squirt bacon ranch on both sides of the bread
to bring some of the park's foot traffic through their doors.
We decided that we were going to do box lunches, $10. It's going to have sandwiches and our Lay's chips or a side item along with a cookie.
The hope, Garcia says, is to give families heading to Gathering Place another easy and affordable way of having lunch together.
This is what we're here for. We're here to accommodate the Riverside.
Many businesses are preparing for the parking lots on Brookside to be packed with park goers, but many hope that will mean new customers.
Pretty sure people are going to be in the area just to park, and then they're going to just run into awesome places like Ida Red. I think the Gathering Place is going to be great for Ida Red and for all the businesses on Brookside.
Park visitors will not be able to use Gathering Place parking until 10 a.m. Saturday morning. Park leaders are encouraging people to use the free shuttles instead. They will start running at 6 a.m. Saturday, and they'll run every 15 minutes from OSU Tulsa, the State Fairgrounds, and River Spirit Casino.
I still think that that's good for us, just because people are getting more acquainted with this area.
I think that it's going to help us tremendously.
Make sure you tune in tonight at 8 for News on 6's Gathering Place special. For now, we're live on the scene on the story in Tulsa. Sawyer Bussey, News on 6.
Now, the Oklahoma weather expert, Travis Meyer.
Quite a few areas of showers, not too much rumbling going on as rain has been around. We're trying to get rid of it before the Gathering Place officially opens. Tonight's our special, as we were just mentioning. 4 days away, though, from the opening itself. And we're looking for lows around 71, a high of 82, and again, trying to shoo away the rain. But it's going to take a little bit of work to have that happen. Of course, we're getting closer to Halloween. We're 57 days away. I was looking at Halloween decorations this weekend in Tulsa, and I was like, is it? Yeah, it is time. So we're just around the corner for fall. And also we're in the middle of hurricane season. We have a tropical storm which is right on hurricane strength levels. We have Vaughn who's moving with that. Now he's moving across Mobile Bay. It looks like he'll be across Mobile Bay here in just a moment. So that's moving to the west-northwest and going to hit near the Gulfport area. In fact, let's take a look at his video right now. He is driving. He stopped at a stop sign or a stoplight. That's good. But he is, looks like right now, just going to take curve off and I might be right. He might be headed right into the coast. I think this is a highway that takes it right up to the coast there. I don't know if that's Orange Beach or what, but anyway, if we have another shot from him here in a little bit, we'll try to get it because, again, the waves getting pretty intense in some of those areas. So what is going on with it? Well, let's take a look at radar and what's happening. So the rain and thunderstorms are associated with this tropical storm becoming hurricane or trying to become a hurricane. We might have an update on that, but this is going to continue to track to the north and west. So we have heavy rain out to the west of Tulsa to near Tulsa. Now it's moving into Arkansas. But as it moves into Arkansas, it's putting the brakes on, according to most of our guidance. And once it gets right to the border with Oklahoma, then it starts to curve back to the north. So that's going to leave most of the heavy rains in Arkansas. It'll leave us with a chance of showers and occasionally heavy downpours of rain. But the higher probability is usually in the center to the right of those systems. So we're not looking at 4, 5, 6 inches of rain with that. But we could pick up an inch or two in a few areas with some of the heavier downpours of rain. Then as we go on into Sunday time period, things start to dry out. So hopefully we'll snag some rain because there's a lot of us still need rain across the area. And it has gotten dry even after all the good rain we had because we've been in the 90s and hot and windy for several days. This is a look right now from downtown. You can just see some of the clouds, a little bit of vertical structure going on there. That's off to the west-southwest of downtown right now. It'll be okay as you see Arena in the lower left. All right, 82 degrees, 86 is the heat index right now, 72 is the dew point. So it's a little bit on the muggy side, but we do have a good breeze there, gusting to 23, very tropical. Here's our rain and showers. We did have a little pop-up shower near Eufaula, and that's moving up to the northwest side of Eufaula. We have scattered showers through Lincoln County. That's extending as well on up into Osage County and up around Independence, Kansas. But here, most of the heavier rains and bands of rain that were just on the west side of Muskogee moved up toward Wagner area and west of Wagner, and then moving to the north and falling apart. So not much happening at this particular moment right around Tulsa. Tonight through the morning hours, scattered areas of showers and thunder showers will be around. So we do have opportunities for rain and thunder for a while to come. So it's not like it's going to be ending anytime soon. In fact, overall, our forecast looks pretty good as far as chances of rain. We're talking about 81 tonight, still about a 20% chance of a hit or miss shower. And then tomorrow, 74 with a few scattered thunder showers in the morning. That is followed by a better chance of thunderstorms up to 50% from noontime into the afternoon. So if you want rain, we really can snag some here over the next 3 to 4 days. Saturday's rainfall, though, for the gathering place is starting to drop off. So the chance of rain could be moving out, and we could have perfect weather for the parade and everything else going on in the morning. I can't wait to see what you guys have, though, because I haven't got to see it yet. Just jealous about what you got to see. So 8 o'clock tonight?
8 o'clock tonight. We hope folks join us.
It's really fun.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Trav.
Well, we have some big games in high school early this year, seems like.
Yeah, you know, this is that week, though, that when the two big boys who've dominated the state up until Owasso winning it all last year, they meet again this year, okay? Coming up, Jenks and Union get set for the latest installment of their rivalry this week. And where are the Sooners in this week's college football polls? That's next.
Driven by your Oklahoma Ford dealers, this is News on 6 Sports with John Holcomb.
An extra day before the release of the coaches poll, thanks to Labor Day. Alabama #1, followed by Clemson, Georgia, and Ohio State. The Sooners remain 5th in the coaches poll. They're now 6th in the AP. The Cowboys get into the poll at number 23. They are not ranked in the AP. TCU and West Virginia at 16th and 17th. The eyes are on Texas, and that's also on the Muskogee Creek sports desk. It wasn't decided until late in the fourth quarter, but TU's opening win over Central Arkansas last weekend has given the program a much-needed boost. The 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns and the strong defensive effort are good things to build on, and now the Golden Hurricane head to Austin to play a Texas team coming off another loss to Maryland.
Texas is one of those that has always been at the top of everybody's list. And so when you get the opportunity to go down there and play, you know your kids are going to be excited about it. It's going to be a tremendous challenge for us, but I can promise you our guys are going down there with the mindset of we're going down there to get us a win, get back on the plane, come home.
Well, for the 15th straight year, Union and Jenks square off Friday night in the MidFirst Bank Backyard Bowl. Jonathan Husky is on the story of how this year's game is a little different.
This game has a spirit about it that maybe it's been lacking the last couple of years.
It just seems to get bigger and bigger every year.
Back again, the MidFirst Bank Backyard Bowl. May not count for much in the standings, but it sure counts a lot to the players.
It's super fun. It's one of those games we look forward to every year. The atmosphere is just crazy.
They're a great team, but we also have a great team. Now it's going to be you're looking at two good teams go against each other.
Things are different than a year ago. Jenks is 2-0 instead of 0-2, and Union comes in with a loss already for the first time since 2015. But both teams know they'll get each other's best effort.
It's always exciting because you know you're going to be tested. I mean, your game week preparation, behind-the-scenes preparations are pretty heavy.
Just year in, year out, two quality teams going head-to-head. It's really exciting to be a part of.
Now, obviously, one of the biggest storylines will be on the Trojan sideline. For the first time in more than 2 decades, Alan Trimble will not be the Jenks head coach, but his presence still making an impact on both teams.
It's hard to say that you don't notice a difference because, I mean, he's been there for so long. I mean, you saw him on the sidelines when you were in 4th grade.
I think it'll be different for sure. It's obviously there's a void there, you know, not seeing Coach Trimble.
He adds value to our program just showing up and visiting with the kids, even if he has nothing formal to say.
On the scene, on the story at Chapman Stadium, Jonathan Husky, News on 6 Sports.
With week 1 of the high school football season in the books, it's time to unveil our first Bob Hurley Auto Family Athlete of the Week. Find out who wins tonight at 10. No hints.
No, we're waiting for a clue.
But probably was wearing a mouth guard.
No, back to
Well,
those
because if he wasn't and he was spotted, by a referee, then there's a flag,
That would've been
and you
trouble.
got to put one in. So I'm going to assume he was wearing a mouth guard.
Okay, well, there you have it.
Okay, so tropical system could affect us.
Yes, we're at 10 o'clock. It should be really out close to on the coast. So, and we'll have pictures down there if everything works out okay. We have enough communications, and Von Cass will be down there with Darren. So join us for sure at 10. And then also a pretty reasonable chance of showers and thunderstorms off and on for the next few days. More details later.
All right, thanks, Trev.
All right.
Thank you for being here with us at 6 o'clock.
We'll see you back at 9 on the CW and 10 right here on Channel 6.